Something's not adding up in the WNBA right now. The exact same refs who sparked one of the league's biggest scandals this season have just been assigned to Caitlin Clark's biggest playoff game. Coincidence? Or something much darker? Fans are absolutely losing it right now, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. The WNBA just pulled one of the most questionable moves we've seen all season, assigning the exact same officiating crew from that controversial Lynx, Mercury meltdown to oversee the Indiana Fever versus Las Vegas Aces semifinals. Yes, the very referees at the center of the Cheryl Reeve suspension are suddenly in charge of Caitlin Clark's biggest playoff stage yet. People aren't just upset, they're calling it blatant manipulation. The question is simple. Did the league knowingly set this up to sway the outcome?
Bad for the game. The officiating crew that we had tonight, for the leadership to deem those three people semifinals playoff worthy is malpractice. I can take an L with the best of them. I don't think we should have to play through more than what they did. We got players think it's crap, and there's no call, and all of them said it wasn't my call. I don't know. I didn't have that. I didn't see it that awful.
Before you say it's just bad luck, let's rewind, because once you see what happened in that Lynx Mercury game, you'll realize why fans are convinced this is no accident. Let's break this down because the situation is absurd. The league tapped Isaac Barnett, Randy Richardson, and Jana, the identical trio who mishandled that Minnesota game, for a semifinal matchup with Clark and the Fever. That's not just poor judgment. That's insulting. Fans have been screaming about officiating all year, and instead of addressing it, the league doubles down by reusing the exact same refs who already embarrassed the sport. Now, rewind to the Lynx Mercury disaster. Cheryl Reeve didn't erupt out of nowhere. She watched Alyssa Thomas pound on Napheesa Collier with virtually no calls. It was reckless, inconsistent, and downright dangerous. Collier literally limped off the floor while the referees acted like nothing happened. Reeve demanded accountability, and what happened? Suspension. Fines for her and her staff. Punishment not for misconduct, but for exposing the obvious, that the officiating was a joke. And if you don't believe me, just watch her breakdown on SportsCenter.
Let's jump right in. I want to start with the play that set off all of the chaos. Everything else that we will talk about, there is one play that set off all of it, and it is this steal that Alyssa Thomas made on Napheesa Collier. So this was at the end of the game. Fee is dribbling down, and Alyssa Thomas goes across her body, steals the ball, and then takes the ball full court for a layup on the other end, and that pretty much sealed the deal for the Phoenix Mercury. They won last night's game, but I want to show you guys the close-up. This was not ruled a foul, and I am dumbfounded by the amount of people online, even the amount of professionals online who are saying that this is no foul. And the reason that they're saying that it is no foul is, as you can see here, Alyssa Thomas reaches across, and when she reaches across, you can pause the video here, she gets all ball first. Okay? So no. Was there any foul when she was tapping the ball away? No, it seems like there's no contact there. She strips the ball clean. But as you can see, the angle in which Alyssa Thomas is running across Fee's going this way, Alyssa Thomas is going this way. Fee is in full motion. You can even see, again, with this screenshot, the angle in which Fee's body is going. She is going full speed in one direction. She is running in one direction, and Alyssa Thomas cuts her off. And
we talked about how dangerous it can be. You're hearing it from the other series. You're hearing other coaches. You're hearing Becky talk about when you let the physicality happen, people get hurt. There's fights. And this is the look that our league wants.
Here's where things really get wild, because the numbers tell a story that makes this assignment look less like a mistake and more like malpractice. Fast forward to this postseason. Despite Clark missing time with injury, Indiana clawed their way into contention. The Fever became must-watch basketball, filling arenas and breaking ratings records. Clark, Boston, Mitchell, they carried the league's momentum on their backs. So how does the WNBA reward that success? By throwing them into the exact same officiating nightmare. These referees already have a reputation. Inconsistent, petty, erratic. And now they're tasked with overseeing Clark's defining playoff test. That's not just careless. It's reckless. Look at the numbers from that Minnesota-Phoenix clash. The Lynx got to the line 21 times. But even with a rebounding edge, they still fell short. Why? Because the refs let Phoenix muscle them around unchecked. Alyssa Thomas could have been called for a dozen fouls. Instead, 0. Collier went down injured. Reeve snapped, and the officials walked away untouched. Now those exact same names, Barnett, Richardson, Jana, are back to control fever versus aces. No adjustments, no accountability. Just the league essentially saying, yeah, fans hated it, but we don't care.
We were trying to play through it. We tried not to make excuses. One of the best players in the league shot 0 free throws. 0. And she had 5 fouls. 0 free throws. Got her shoulder pulled out and finished the game with her leg being taken out and probably has a fracture. And so if this is what our league wants, okay. But I want to call for a change of leadership.
So what happens if this crew actually influences the outcome? Imagine Clark drives late in a close game, gets hacked, no whistle, fast break the other way. Or Boston gets a phantom foul in crunch time. Do you think fans are going to stay quiet? Not a chance. And this isn't paranoia. Fans are labeling it malpractice. Think about it. The Aces thrive on physicality. They bully in the paint. They press. They wear you down. And the league just assigned referees who've shown they'll let that slide while punishing any coach who dares to complain. If you want to tilt the floor toward Las Vegas, this is exactly how you do it. Fans have receipts too. Clips of Lexi Hull being shoved and elbowed with no whistles. Reporters like Scott Agnes have highlighted it. It's not imagination. It's documented. And Clark, she's been hacked, shoved, and tripped all year long with barely a whistle. Instead of protecting the league's biggest attraction, these refs look the other way. Here's the contradiction. The WNBA markets Clark as the face of the future, rolls out commercials celebrating her star power, yet assigns her the most distrusted officials in her biggest spotlight. That's not growth. That's sabotage. And here's the brutal irony. Caitlin Clark is the one driving this league's growth. The ratings, the sellouts, the spotlight. She's the star who puts money in their pocket. But instead of protecting her, the WNBA is putting her in front of the same refs who already embarrassed the sport. That's not just a mistake. That's a betrayal. This series had everything. Clark versus Wilson, Boston battling the reigning MVP, Mitchell versus Jackie Young. It should have been the showcase matchup of the year. Instead, the officiating is the headline. Fans aren't debating strategy or talent. They're debating whether Clark will even make it through the game without being mugged. And let's not pretend this officiating crew doesn't have baggage. Barnett is known for quick technicals, clap your hands, argue a call, and you're teed up. Richardson flips between calling soft fouls and letting WWE-style wrestling go unchecked. And Jana? Fans joke that she vanishes completely when games get tough. This is who the league picked for its marquee series. Is it favoritism? Is it incompetence? Honestly, it's both. The Aces are the league's glamour franchise. Vegas glitz, ownership, star power, and the WNBA clearly wants them in the finals. At the same time, the league's officiating pool is shallow. They recycle the same refs, even when those refs have already proven unreliable. That's not professionalism. That's a setup for disaster. Now, zoom in on the fever. Boston has been their anchor, banging in the paint against the league's best. But watch how these refs call it. Wilson throws an elbow. No call. Boston pushes back, whistle. Mitchell has carried the team at times, but she's not a league darling. Contact at the rim? No whistle. Meanwhile, Young gets touch fouls all game long. And Clark, the biggest name in the sport, she's taken hits all season with little to no protection. Fans aren't asking for special treatment. They're asking for fairness. Instead, the double standards fuel conspiracy theories. When the officiating is this inconsistent, fans assume it's intentional. And once people believe the game is rigged, trust is gone. No PR campaign can bring that back. The ripple effect is real. Viewers don't tune in to watch referees. They tune in to see stars. They want Clark's logo threes, Wilson's dominance, Mitchell's scoring runs. Instead, they're stuck talking about technicals and missed fouls. That's how you lose credibility. That's how you push fans away. If the Aces advance behind shady calls, no one celebrates. Fans won't feel the series was won. They'll feel it was handed over. And when audiences feel cheated, they tune out. And once they tune out, sponsors fade. The league is flirting with disaster. Bottom line, assigning this crew wasn't just a blunder. It was a betrayal of the players who deserve a fair fight, of the fans who deserve integrity, and of the league's own growth. You can't build the future of the WNBA by sabotaging your stars. You can't win new fans while alienating the ones you already have. Until there's accountability, every whistle will be questioned, every game will feel tainted, and every fan will wonder if the league even wants them to keep watching.